No, I was just coughing.
On the banks of Lake Washington, it's Husky Stadium. We've waited so long, and finally another season of college football kicking off here in Week 0. It's the Clemson Tigers and the Washington Huskies. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
The most beautiful views from the water on Lake Washington, Husky Stadium, is something special. You can see the lake, the mountains, you can see it all from kickoff. This is one of the most glorious views in all of college sports. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. So Washington's headed toward the football to break the seal on this 2027 season. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
Fuck, my fault.
You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Direct snap. Fights off a defender. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion.
Snags it, and he's open. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You throw it to them and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Tremble. Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. Ball changes hands, and the offense finds themselves backed up inside their own 10. Iamaleava. Card in the backfield. It's Shepard. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And, man, you gotta love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
And they got the completion, but no yards. Now they need to go forward to avoid a 3rd and long. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Shepard.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. From the gun, it's Shepard. Turning it on. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22.
Well, we knew coming into this game that field position was going to be massive. They had their backs against the wall in their own opening drive. And a really nice job there on the run. 3rd down, getting some breathing room, moving the sticks.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. Let's talk for just a second about Washington. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new... He's going to take a shot. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
I know it was incomplete, but I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun on third down, Iamaleava. It's caught. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Here's Iamaleava to throw. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Washington wants to go quickly.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and important,
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And how about that? That's already the third target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Iamaleava from the gun on third down. Got his man. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down decision. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing it's third and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
Go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Snap to the back. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. Now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the move. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up fourth down as this defense makes a play. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Scoreless as we head into the second quarter. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that fourth down.
Well, you're seeing this more and more often in college football with the analytics and everything else, but fourth and inches, they decide to go for it, and they pick it up on the ground.
You know, I really think it's a smart move, too, because why just give up and hand them the ball and give the defense A boost of morale that they really didn't earn.
Yeah, and I like the decision, too, based on who their personnel is and what their identity is as an offense. They want to be physical and control the line of scrimmage. It's a good call.
The completion picked up 6 yards on first down, now 2nd and 4. Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. There he goes. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Tigers have their offense in high gear. Using his legs, it's Davidson. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Looking to pass, it's Tremble. Out wide right, it's Harris. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Oh, pressure's coming. Left side is Wilson. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
And that is a huge conversion on 3rd and long for the offense. I think a lot of people thinking, hey, we're just going to try to get a couple yards, help our kicker out here to kick a field goal. But instead, they get a massive play, and now all of a sudden they're thinking touchdown here, 1st and goal.
Clemson will come to the line with a 1st and goal. The corners are walked up tight, keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Runs it into the house. Down Clemson. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Hits inside. It's Shepard. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Throwing. Imaliava. Rushes on. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much.
Breaks into the open on the left. A huge play there, and he has them set up and in business at the 30. Clock stopped. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And the RPO got him. That's a 20. He's got space. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And backed up, 1st and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. Snags it. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Clemson calls its 2nd timeout. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Out wide left, it's Brown. The Tigers spin their 3rd and final timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
3rd down in the gun, Iamaleava. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Washington. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the point after is good. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Drops back. It's Tremble. Unloads to the wideout. Left side is Wilson. Here he goes. Inside the to the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Iamaleava. Right side, it's Napier. Still running at the 40. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Finds his man. It's Shepard. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to throw. Still looking to his right. On the run, deep down the right side. Pulls it in down the sideline. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Got him on the RPO. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the 1st.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Fires to the wideout. Looking for the goal line.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. If guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the deep.
Caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Huskies.
Nice job putting the drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the 1st half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Lets it develop. It's Johnson. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Tremble. Throws to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Runs through the tackle. Breaks free, and he might be gone. At the 20. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Washington. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Running inside. It's Shepard. He's past the sticks. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, week 1, the start of a brand new season, and it's our pleasure to welcome you into the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's lead off with the Nevada Wolfpack taking on the Troy Trojans. And it's the Wolfpack trying to win the home opener. They've got the lead midway through the first half. Here now a look at some other games of note today, including a big upset with major implications.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Takes a hit as he fires. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
A solid pickup there. Works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Still second down, but now the offense is operating behind the chains. Throwing, Iamaleava. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. That incompletion brings up third down for the offense. Iamaleava to the air again. Look out! Just gets rid of that one.
And that's a picture-perfect start for this defense. To start the second half now, your team's got the lead. You get to stop right away, get the ball right back to your offense to try to expand this lead. Nice start to the second half.
Kick is in the air. On the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 6. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Powers through the defender. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, and now they're finding out about him.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Snap it to the back. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? Finds his man on the RPO. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for
Dog,
70
I
most
suck.
of the time. But when you can use their big-bodied frames,
I knew that weak shit was coming and still couldn't stop. What the
and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Iamaleava. Out wide right, it's Shepard. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. To the air, it's Iamaleava. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Into the third quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Gets rid of it.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Saying in the gun on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down.
Bro, I for real might never play this game. What the fuck?
Trying to stay in bounds, but did a good job catching the football first and then getting that 1 foot they needed in bounds.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Nico Iamaleava throwing again. At the 45 on his way. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Lets it go for the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. How about that shot into the end zone? And he makes the grab for the score.
And you want these guys that can take the top off a defense. It changes the way they're going to play coverage on you. And
Dog, I just fucking suck. There's no way.
The DB. He had no chance to try to catch up with him. Makes the big play down the field. And this will change the way you play defense against this guy the rest of the game.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. A quick pass to the left. At the 35, he's loose. Makes the catch, and he's free. The 20, 10, touchdown Tigers. They add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And if I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Farmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Out wide left, it's Brown. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the third. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Again, it's Iamaleava. Incomplete, and they got a hand on that one early.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and it just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open. So.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. From the gun on 3rd down, Iamaleava. Right side, it's Shepard. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a 4th down.
I know that was 3rd down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertical.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. 4th down, Iamaleava. He's got it. 1st down and more. And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Throwing, Iamaleava. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Throwing on the run. Grabs it inside the 15. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Iamaleava to the air again. Has it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
Washington right back to the line. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And he will score! Touchdown, Husky! Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously.
1st down here in what has been a highly entertaining Week 0 game. What a welcome to college football for this season.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, the different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Tremble. Back open. It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And that was the biggest play of the game. They've got the lead offensively. They're trying to run this thing out. He coughs it up. The defense jumps on it. All of a sudden, this game has a different feel.
Iamaleava throws for the tight end. Got his man on the right. Inside the 20-yard Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Great spot to attack there, right off the turnover. Try to strike and keep them reeling.
Absolutely. Coaching 101. Sudden change. When you create a turnover and you get the ball back on offense, attack, attack, attack. Use the momentum. Try to make a big play.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Clemson calls its second timeout. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Second and long here. Looking to throw. Complete. Could not make his way to the corner. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
And those plays are never going to be on the highlight tapes, but man, you love a QB that on third down can understand spacing, can understand how to check the football down, let their running back do the rest, get the first down, move the sticks, so then you can make the big play later on in this drive.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. So now the opportunity to take the lead with a first and goal here. Nico Iamaleava throwing again. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Move. They'll move the tight end. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Timed that hit perfectly to keep it from making the grab. It'll be third down.
Third and long, defense knows the pass is coming. So
these niggas, wow.
They're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
Third down from the gun. Here's Nico Iamaleava. Throws to the back. Caught. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on fourth down.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left. So now we'll line up for one of the biggest kicks of this game. And this one can draw us even in the final moments. And it's good! And they take the lead inside a minute to play.
so much pressure on him. With just a couple seconds left here in the game, he knocks it through the uprights. It looks like this thing's going into overtime as long as your defense is not completely screwed this thing.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He steps out of bounds, stops the clock after a short pickup of 7, and it's getting dire in terms of the clock. And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for a man. It's Tremble. Makes the grab. Still on his feet at the 45. He's out of bounds. Picked up the first down, but more important, only 15 seconds left.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Fresh set of downs going up top. Going long. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game.
It's the plays like that that are going to end up defining and deciding this game, right? It's tight. Tie game, 4th quarter. Someone is going to step up and make a game-changing play, and the defender did right there.
First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Shepard. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. 4 quarters, not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Throwing, Imaliava. Out wide right, it's Napier. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. Moves the pocket. It's Imaliava. Throws quickly. Touchdown, Husky. They strike first in the extra period. The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Paul. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt. You throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Driving forward, it's Johnson. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
Running the ball in OT, and a nice job by the ball carrier, finding his lane, finding his hole, putting his foot in the ground and getting upfield.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Left side is Harris. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Caught behind the line. It's Davidson. Makes the tackle.
This nigga trying to do the most fool shit ever. That don't even make sense. We got numbers to that, but he's somehow pancaking on it. All right.
He's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Right side, it's Harris. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
And tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Direct snap. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And, man, that's so frustrating for this defense to get him in 3rd down and short. And look, the 1st down's almost a touchdown, right? So this is a tough situation. This defense is going to have to bring in big bodies and really sell out somehow. Try to get some penetration.
Trying to get in the